everybody. Ready for another chapter, or maybe two, of Lemons? Oh, do you remember that emotional roller coaster we had last time and the new term we learned about that Tobin's dad was experiencing, PTSD? That was a pretty heavy chapter. Curious to see what happens next. So this is chapter 48, Always Together. Mama and I are at the very best table at Sunshine's on the Bay. The one next to the front window that looks out over the water. We watch all the sailboats and ships going back and forth across the bay and listen to the barking sea lions on the dock nearby. I have my vanilla ice cream with a mix of exactly 50% hot fudge and 50% caramel and a big fat glob of marshmallow fluff with a spattering of rainbow sprinkles on the side. Mama has her chocolate ice cream with chunks of banana, whipped cream, and a cherry on top. Mama, I tell her, I'm most thankful for having this time with you today. I wish it could be more. Mama smiles, her biggest smile, and I gaze at her, trying to memorize everything about her. Her shiny lips and her eyelashes and the dusting of freckles on her nose and cheeks. I wish it could be more too, Lemonade, but that's out of our control. I'm thankful I got to be your mama, even if it wasn't for the amount of time I had hoped or planned. And now you have Charlie to take care of you. Charlie and Miss Dickerson and Debbie and Mr. Harold and Tobin too. And Scotty, I tell her. He came back, Mama. Tobin and I found him in the woods. She closed her eyes and nods slowly. She already knows. Take care of each other, she says. I wish it was you who came back. Me too, she says. It's not fair that Tobin gets his dad back and I don't get you. It's just not. In life, one thing is for sure, she says. We don't always get to choose. You can say that again. She smiles. Remember that with every loss, something meaningful and very special can blossom, if you allow it to. I'm going to pause after that quotation. That was pretty powerful, right? I'm going to reread it again, actually, because I think that's an important thing to remember. She says, remember that with every loss, something meaningful and very special can blossom, if you allow it to. What good could possibly come from us not being together anymore, I ask her. It doesn't mean what we've lost isn't still important. But what could be good about it, I ask again. I think you already know, sweet Lemonade, she smiles. Bang, bang, bang! Someone is knocking on the front window. So was that all, that whole passage that just happened, was that real? Or was it maybe something like a daydream or something happening in Lemon's imagination? We'll see. Bang, bang, bang! Someone is knocking on the front window. Lemonade! Bang, bang, bang! Lemonade Liberty Wit! I turn to see Tobin standing on the sidewalk, wearing his Bigfoot safari hat strapped tight under his chin, with his Polaroid camera hanging from his neck. He's peering at me between cupped hands through the painted letters on the window, advertising the ice cream special of the month. Time to squeeze the lemons, ice cream sundae. Lemonade, he calls again. I've got to talk to you. Mama, please don't leave, I say, turning back to face her. I want you to stay like Tobin's dad gets to. I wish I could, she tells me, standing up. But remember that I will always be with you, in here. She taps my forehead gently. And here. She places her palm on my heart. Bang, bang, bang! Lemonade! My eyes peel open. I'm nose to nose with Rainbow, Mama's worn blue bunny, and the battered pink bow. And I know this sounds crazy, but I actually catch Rainbow smiling at me. Bang, bang, bang! The clock next to the bed reads 6:07 a.m. I squint toward the window. Lemonade! Tobin calls through the glass. Wake up! Why on earth would Tobin be waking her up so early? I pull myself up, still in the clothes I had on last night, and push the blue curtains to one side. Tobin is standing there in his tan safari hat with the strap pulled tight under his chin. What is it? I say. He motions for me to open the window. The sun is just finding its way towards the sky, while the birds call out like an alarm clock, waking the forest grasses and leaves and trees to announce a new day. We're leaving for the hospital and we're going to be there all day, Tobin says. You are in charge of the Bigfoot headquarters today. What for? What do you mean, what for? I mean, I thought we solved the whole Bigfoot mystery. Tobin, Debbie calls from across the street. We have to get going. Here. Tobin shoves a sheet of lined paper toward me. What is it? Instructions. I don't need instructions. You sure do. The last time I left you alone, you took that to mean go play kick the can and eat knuckle sandwiches with Miss Dickerson. They were finger sandwiches. Tobin, finger. Take it. He shakes the page at me. Make sure you follow every step. That means opening up at 0830 hours on the dot. Fine. I grab it. Tobin adjusts his chin strap and turns to leave. Tobin, I say. He turns back. Yeah? I wanted to tell you that that I'm happy for you. I mean that you have your dad back and everything. I'm really happy for you. Tobin smiles. Thanks, he says. I wish it was true for you too. Yeah, I say. Me too. He looks away from me and down at his hands. So don't forget now, 0830 hours and not a second later, he reminds me. I won't forget it, I tell him. And you didn't have to write it down either. Really? He asks. Yeah. What do you want to bet you're still going to be late? Nuh-uh, I promise. I'll be on time. Uh-huh. He grins. I watch him walk away with his safari hat still strapped tight under his chin. He turns around one more time to wave, and I wave back. And then he's off across the street, on his way to see his dad. I wonder how Lem is going to do running the Bigfoot headquarters today. In chapter 49, called 0830-ish, but don't tell Tobin. Open, so this is written in like a different font than the rest of the writing. It looks like it's more like handwriting. So I'm going to guess that this is Tobin's letter that he wrote on the piece of paper with the instructions. Open the Bigfoot headquarters at 8:30 and not a minute later, period. Check all messages, period. Write all messages on pad marked messages, period. Call back any messages, period. Don't touch the yellow legal pad. You are not authorized at that level of security clearance, period. One hot garage plus 0 messages and a Bigfoot mystery that's already been solved with a regular man equals the most perfectly boring day in the cryptozoological history. Lucky for me, Charlie brought home another new book for me to read. It's called Otherwise Known as Sheila the Great. The green phone rings and I grab the index card next to the message pad, just in case it's Tobin calling to test me. Good morning, I read, and thank you for calling Bigfoot Detectives, Inc., serving Willow Creek since 1974. This is Lemonade Liberty Witt, Assistant Bigfoot Detective. How may we help you with your Bigfoot needs today? Lem, it's Charlie. Hi, Charlie, and I toss the card to the side. Just checking up on you. How's business? Boring. But I'm on chapter 8 already of my new book. Ah, he says, how is it? It's a real good one. I'm glad you like it. Say, I'm wondering if you want to come up to the store for lunch. I can call Diesel's for some sandwiches. My stomach moans just hearing about an egg salad on sourdough. Sure. Egg salad on sourdough? Hold the tomatoes? I smile into the receiver. Thanks, Charlie. See you in a few minutes, he says and hangs up. I push the folding chair back from the desk and notice that on the top left drawer is open a crack. I grab the handle and pull it all the way open. Inside is the yellow legal pad. Does she have security clearance for this? No. Oh, what's gonna happen? On the very first page it says, Private, keep out. This means you, Lemonade Liberty Witt. I ignore the warning and reach down and peel back the page. On the next sheet is a scribble of a smiling Bigfoot and the corporate logo. I skip to a section in the middle of the pad. June 2nd, 1975. Dear Dad, I got my first employee today. Her name is Lemonade Liberty Wit. She's from the city and kind of weird, but I made her my assistant anyway. I think maybe we might even get to be friends. I wish you were here, Dad. It's hard to be here without you. Forever your son, Tobin Skye. I turned to another page, the next entry on June 3rd, 1975. Dear Dad, where are you? There are so many things I have to tell you. There are so many things I have to ask you. When are you coming back home? The green phone jingles. I jump out of my skin and throw the pad inside the drawer, slamming it closed. I know this time for sure it's Tobin checking up on me. I didn't see anything, I ramble into the receiver. Hello? Says a man's voice. I fumble to grab the note card. Hello, good morning, I read. And thank you for calling Bigfoot Detectives, Inc., serving Willow Creek since 1974. This is Lemonade Liberty Wit, Assistant Bigfoot Detective. How may we help you with your Bigfoot needs today? Hello, Lemonade, it's Mr. Harold. Hi, Mr. Harold. I sit back down on the desk. Did you hear about Tobin's dad? I sure did hear it, he says. It's all anyone could talk about this morning at the donut shop. Nothing short of a miracle. Yeah, I agree. I hope he gets well soon. Charlie says he has PEMS. He chuckles. I think maybe he said CSR, or what we call PTSD. Oh, right, yeah, that was it. I knew it had a bunch of letters. Actually, Lemonade, I didn't call to talk about Scotty. You didn't? No. Why are you calling then? I'm calling because I saw him again. The man? I ask. No, not the man. Who then? He's quiet for a long while. Who, Mr. Harold? I ask. Who did you see? He clears his throat. The Bigfoot, he says. Dun, dun, dun. Oh boy, the adventure is not over yet. But it is over for us for now. So I'll see you back here soon for chapter 50, Operation Solo Investigation. Leave any questions or comments in the comment section of our Google Classroom below. Talk to you soon. Bye.